Hi everybody. Let me get my camera set up here right. I'm kind of, well, I might just leave it as is. Let me bring you up on my iPad. I know this ain't my normal time, but let me get me muted. Alright, got it on my page. Here we are. Okay, that doesn't look too bad, I don't think. Alright, like I said, this isn't my normal day or time, so I'm going to do a special this evening. I won't be able to do tomorrow, so I'm going to do this tonight instead. So I'm glad that you're able to join me. Be sure that you comment and say hello when you come on. Hi, Becky. I wasn't sure everybody would find me this evening. I didn't put it out there to tell everybody ahead of time, so I'm glad that you're here. We're just going to do a special tonight because I'm not going to be able to do my Facebook Live tomorrow morning, so we'll do it a day earlier. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm thinking my setup is okay. I'm not going to show my face this evening, so I didn't want to fight with technology trying to get everything positioned right after turning the camera down. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm creating cards with Debbie, and you can shop in my store at www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And if you spend less than $150, use the May code, May host code, which is XNWX2DDG. And that's also in the description of the video if you miss it. And if you have any questions, you can email me at creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. And here's my blog address and Paper Pumpkin address, and to join my team. And today's the last day to be able to take advantage of the In Color starter kit, which you pay $99 for your kit. You receive $125 worth of products. But on top of that, they're also adding in all the In Color products, which are you'll be getting this grid paper like I have. This comes in all the new In Colors. There's a pack of that, and there's all 5 ink pads that are the new In Colors, and also a pack of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and a 6x6 designer series paper assortment. So with that added on, that's another $66.50. So you're getting $125 worth of product plus the $66.50 in product for only $99. So that's really a bargain. Today is the last day to sign up for that. If you have any questions, be sure that you reach out to me and I'll be glad to help you. If you don't want to do it as a business, you can do it as just a discount shopper, and all your following orders that you put in, you'd be saving 20% discount on all of them. So it's a very, very good idea. If I wasn't already signed up, I'd sign up again. Okay, let's get started here. I might have lost my people here now. Okay, we're going to start out with this little card. It's sending a note. And I'm using the mischievous mouse. Let me get these out of here. Quit rattling papers. And this is the mischievous mice. And this is a Hostess Stamp Set. If you have a party or you buy $150 worth of products, you can get this stamp set. It's really cute. And I'm so mad at myself. I was using it the other night, and I'd taken the stamp out, the one that says just a quick note to say. I sat it on my desk, and I went to do something else. I did some die cutting or something, and I came back, and I couldn't find it. And I still haven't found it. I've searched high and low. I don't know. Hopefully it'll show up one day. So that's the stamp set that we're using on that. But besides that, we're going to be using the sending smiles will be the word here. And a note of thanks, it's a sentiment. And then on the inside, we're using the cup of tea. Let's get together soon. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Let me get my instructions out here. And here's the inside of the card. It says, let's get together soon. And the cute little mouse down there. Okay. Be sure you share the video with your friends and family too. So that helps to get me more viewers. I'd appreciate that. Okay, we're going to start out with our card base, which is one of our new in colors. It's the Starry Sky. And it's 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored in the middle at 4 1/4 inches. And we're just going to burnish that edge of that really good. And we'll set that aside for a moment. And then we have our inside is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So we'll just set that inside there for now, just to get it out of my way so I don't get it confused here. And then we have, I use the embossing folder, the Splatters 3D embossing folder, and that comes as a 2-pack. It's the Stripes and Splatters 3D embossing folders. You can find that in my store. Okay, so this measures 2 1/4 inches by 5 3/8 inches, and I've already embossed it, so that's going to be our top layer, our side layer. And then I have our Designer Series paper, which comes from the 2022 to 2024 in color Designer Series paper, 6 by 6 and 6, and these are double-sided. So, and we're going to put that beside there. And then I have a 5/8 inch strip, and we're going to use the flower side. That's going to be our center seam. So let me go ahead and start gluing down here. Did everybody have a good Memorial Day weekend? Ours was good. It was quiet. We didn't do anything. I guess we did barbecue a steak yesterday. But we stayed home all weekend, other than going to church on Sunday. I guess we went out to lunch. I guess I can't forget that. And we'll glue this other side down. I'm having a procedure in the morning. It's called a heart ablation procedure, surgery. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and get another Facebook Live in. I didn't want to leave y'all hanging without doing something this week. And I wasn't sure what I'd feel like the rest of the week. So I figured, well, I better do it tonight while I have the chance. I do enjoy doing my Facebook Lives and seeing everybody. Let me see if that's straight or not. It looks pretty good. Alright, and I've lost my eye on there. Maybe not. I already die cut out of the Starry Sky paper the background of the sending. I guess that's the shadow. And then I ran the word sending. I put that onto our adhesive sheets, and then I ran that through with some basic white paper. So let me get all these bits and pieces out of here, and we'll put that together. Let me take your pick tool, poke out a couple of these little things. I'll probably have them sticking all over the place here. And then get a hold of the paper on the back to pull that off. So I suppose it's the sticky part. And you want to start with just one letter at a time, and then work your way over. Oopsie. Move that over a little bit. using the adhesive sheets sure helps, so you don't have to try getting glue on these little bitty words, because they are kind of skinny. You could use your liquid glue, but it's kind of challenging. I figured I'm going to do it the easy way and use my adhesive sheets. Okay, and here's our eye, the dot of our eye. You want to make sure you don't lose that eye when you're cutting the word out. Alright, so we're going to set those aside for right now. And I have already die cut our circles and scallop circle already, and those come from the scallop circle comes from the layering circle dies, and the other one comes from, this is a new one, the stylish shapes and dies. You get squares and banners and circles, so that's what this one that I used on there. And I cut the white, basic white out with that. So I'm going to set my dies aside. I'm going to bring my magnetic bowl over here so I don't lose them. And we're just going to stamp our mouse on there to start with. And I'm just using our Memento black ink. And, oops, this is going to go on a scrap paper. I'm going to be cutting him up. I almost goofed it. There we go. So you want to put him on scrap paper because we're going to color him and then cut him out. But on this, we're going to use a different color ink. We're going to use our Starry Sky, which I hadn't got out yet. Here it is. You have to excuse me if I'm not too organized. I'm not used to doing this at nighttime. So we're going to get this, and this comes from a note of thanks, but we're just going to use a note, and I'm going to tape off the words that we don't want. We just want a note. So we're going to ink that up, and be sure that you pull off your washi tape or you'll have a mess. And we're going to stamp that right on the upper left side of our circle. And I think that's all the stamping I'm going to do with that for now. We'll be coming back to that again. So I'm going to I use the dark smoky slate and light smoky slate for the mouse. So we're going to go ahead and color him. We're going to start with the dark. Oh, thank you, Becky. I really appreciate that. Can never have too many. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. My stomach was giving me fits today. I had, I guess, a nervous stomach. So maybe this will take my mind off it a little bit tonight. And I'm going to come back in with the light, smoky slate. And we'll color him in. I need to push up a little bit and get more in camera view. I think he's kind of cute. I'm not really a mouse person, but I think this mouse is cute. And a little bit over here. Get his little hand there, his paw. And his feet. And tail. Okay. And then I'm going to use the light smoky slate too for his belly. Did I grab the light or did I grab the dark? That's a light. Okay. And then the pencil I'm going to do with this starry sky. And I'll start with a dark. Oops. Almost dropped that on the floor. And then we'll come back in with the light. Okay. And I want pale papaya, the light. We're going to do the eraser and the pencil part, the lead part. I need the dark. I'm going to do this little metal parts on the pencil with the dark smoky slate. Okay, we've got our coloring. So now I'm just going to fussy cut this out real quick. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. Yeah, it doesn't come with a die, so I have to do it the old way. And I leave a little bit of white edging on it. That's a little bit too much right there. I don't really know what to talk about tonight. Don't have any stories, don't have any jokes or nothing. And get rid of that excess there, make it easier to cut. And I'm not moving my scissors, I'm moving the paper with my other hand. Looks good. Let me get rid of my trash here. Okay, so we're gonna glue him on the circle. We'll glue this on the circle onto the scalloped layer. And then we'll put our mouse on there. He's going to hang off the side a little bit. Oops, too much glue. And get right about there. It's a good spot for him. And then I'm going to bring in my dimensionals. I should have got a new package. Let me grab some more dimensionals here. That's the truth, I don't have them. Okay, here we go. Brand new package of Stampin' Dimensionals. There, now we're in business. And I think I'm going to put 4 in the back of this. I'm going to take this inside out of there so I can work with this. And This is just going to be glued directly. I didn't use dimensionals on the sending word. I'm putting it at an angle. All right, and we're going to use the 2022 to 2024 in color Baker's Twine. And this is a 5-pack. It's got all 5 colors in there. So we're going to be using the Starry Sky. And I'm just going to kind of zigzag wrap it behind. And something like that. I could bring some tape in here maybe to hold it. And that could go underneath there. Maybe that'll work. Sticking that one underneath the dimensional. And probably the same with this one. There we go. Take our backings off our dimensionals. And let me snip this. And we'll place our little guy kind of centered towards the bottom, like so. Now we'll work on the inside. We're going to stamp another mouse on the inside, and I've already used washi tape to, I just want the mouse itself, I didn't want the balloons. So we're going to use our Starry Sky ink, and we're going to ink him up and take off our washi tape. Tape wouldn't let go of my fingers. And we're just going to stamp him down in the right hand side corner. Okay. He's still kind of holding the strings, but that's okay. Maybe his balloons got lost or something. Oops. So I'll do the sentiment. And the sentiment is, let's get together soon. And like I said, that comes from the Cup of Tea stamp set. And okay, close this up. And it looks like I've got ink on my fingers. Let me get me a baby wipe. Of course, we can't stamp without getting ink on our fingers. And wiped off. I'm sure it won't be the last time. Okay, and then I've got a 1/2 inch strip here we're going to put on the side, and that measures 5 1/4 inches by 1/2 inch. Oops. And I'm going to use the flower side of the paper. And just leave a small edge on that left side. Right, left side. Good English here, Deb. Oops. Alright, and then we'll put that on the inside of our card. I sure wish I could find that stamp. It's driving me crazy. I may have to clean my room to be able to find it. I know it's here somewhere. I even dug through the trash can and everything. Okay, there we go. So here's our first card. Sending a note. And let's get together soon. So that's our first card. And rid of some trash here. Okay, and then our second card is hiding on me. Is a Get Well card, and this is a Speedy Recovery stamp set that's in our annual catalog. I guess I ought to make this for myself. And here's the card that I did. Wishing you a speedy recovery and sending well wishes your way. The spoon is cute too. So we'll get started on that. And my instructions. Okay, I'm starting out with a thick basic white, which measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches and scored in the middle at 4 1/4. And we're going to burnish that edge. Use your tear and tape to hold down the string and not take the back off. Oh yeah, I could have done that, huh? I'll remember that for next time. Okay, so we've got our card base, and then we have a layer of Starry Sky, which is 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches, and we're going to go ahead and attach that to the front of our card. And we're going to leave a small border going all the way around that. And then we've got the Designer Series paper, which comes from that same pack of 2022 to 2024 in colors. I'm going to have to order some more. I've been using a lot of it. And we're going to be using this side of it. And that measures 2 inches by 4 inches. And we're just going to layer here. And then we'll do our stamping afterwards. And make sure I'm opening the right way, yeah. Okay. And then I have another mat, which this is it's the Orchid Oasis. And this measures 3 1/4 inches by 4 1/2 inches. And that's going to go right there in the center. And kind of center that a little bit. And then a basic white, which measures 3 by 4 1/4 inches. And we're going to stamp on that. And we're also going to stamp on a scrap paper. We're going to do the Kleenex box. Let me get all these stamps out of here that we're going to be using. Here they all are. And I'm going to use, trying to remember if I used the Orchid or if I used I think I used the Orchid. I don't want it too dark. We're going to use the Orchid Oasis ink. I don't want it really dark. Okay, so we're going to stamp our Kleenex box. That's going to go onto our scrap paper here. Yeah, I wouldn't want it any darker than that. Okay, and then we're going to stamp the flowers on our 3 by 4, 3 1/4, no, 3 by 4 1/4. And that's kind of going to go at an angle on the left side. And that's the inside sentiment. Here's the outside sentiment. Wishing you a speedy recovery. It's going to go off to the right side. And I think I've got that stamping done. I'll come back and do the inside after we're done with the front. And we got a fussy cut again, so we're going to fussy cut this Kleenex box out, but it's all straight lines, so it's easy. I'm mixed up in my days now. Yesterday was a Monday. It seemed like a Sunday to me. And I guess today must be a Monday again. I don't know. I'll be confused the rest of the week. And snip that off. And we're going to put the Kleenex box up on dimensionals. So we'll bring out that sheet of brand new dimensionals again. And maybe one right there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this to the front of our mat here. And center that. And we'll pop those dimensionals off. And I'm going to kind of place them a little bit of an angle over the flower and on the center. Okay, and then we've got our 2022 to 2024 in color matte decorative dots. So we're going to place some of those on there. Let me get my take your pick tool. And I'm going to go with the lighter. And put and another one over here. Okay, so here we have the outside of our card. Now we're going to finish off the inside. If I can get it open. And I didn't put another layer of white in here. I just stamped it directly onto the card base. So we're going to do that. We're going to stamp our spoon and our sentiment. So we'll start with the sentiment. I must have ink all over this. Oh, now I'm really getting my fingers into it. I just wanted blue fingers. Orchid fingers. So sending well wishes. Oops. Make sure I'm stamping it on the right side. Okay. And I'm going to do the spoon. And we're going to put that down in the left-hand corner. Alright, I have to clean my ink pad off. I think I've got ink all over it. Thank you, Becky. Okay, so there's our second card. Wishing you a speedy recovery, sending well wishes your way. Like I said, I might have to give one of those to myself. Alright, let me get these out of the way so I don't get any more orchid on me. Alright, and then our next card is missing in action here. There it is. And let me clear some of this out a little bit. Clean up my mess. Okay, so here's our third card. a card to say hello. I got my instructions in there. And I didn't put anything on the inside. I thought maybe I'd leave it and maybe write a note or something to somebody that you're sending it to. But you could put a sentiment on the inside. I just didn't. And we're using the Sending Smiles and the Sending Dies that goes along with that. You can get this as a bundle and save 10%. So there's another dimensional backing. Those things show up all over the place. Alright, so we're going to get started on that. And we're using one of our new in colors again. This is the Parakeet Party. And we're 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and then scored at 4 1/4 inches. And we'll go ahead and burnish that. And I think that's the inside. Set that there for now. I guess I got to do some embossing. I didn't emboss this one yet, so we got to bring out the baby boss. And we'll be using her to do some die cutting too. So, okay, is this the 3D? I got the wrong plate. Here we go. Okay, insert embossing folder, insert embossing folder. I'm trying to see if this is for the 3D or the regular. Okay, this is for the 3D. So we need a number 1 and a number 4. Okay, so here's the number 1. Let me go ahead and get the embossing folder over here. And this white layer measures 2 1/4 inches by 5 3/8 inches. So you always want to go with your hinge going in first, otherwise you could break your hinge. So just an added little tip here. Let me turn this around this way. There we go. Okay, we'll set you over here for just a minute. We'll be using you again. Okay, so here's our embossed layer. And that is going to go at the top of our card, so we can go ahead and glue that in there. I usually put my videos on YouTube too, so I'm not sure if I'll get it done this evening. It might have to wait till I get back on my feed again, I'm not sure. It might be Thursday before I can get it loaded up to YouTube and onto my blog. Okay, I already goofed. This is going to go there, and this is going to go down here. Okay, so I've got the stripe paper, the Parakeet Party, and that measures 1 3/4 inches by 5 3/8 inches, and that's going to go across our bottom here. And kind of want to keep equal distance. Okay, come on, slide a little bit more. Well, it's not going to slide. I guess it's okay right there. And then I have the other side of this one, which is a polka dot, and that is 3/4 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And before I put that down, I'm going to get our Baker's Twine, the Parakeet Party color. Oops, that's coming undone weird. And I'm just going to put a double layer. And I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Seal to hold it down. So we'll put a little strip at each end to hold it in place. Now, my Stampin' Seal to move here. Okay, I think that's good. And I'm going to double string. Yeah, got that a little bit too tight. Okay, sticking to my fingers good. So we're just going to attach that as our seam in the center. And we'll just place that right over the top of the other two. Hopefully I get it straight. Okay. Alright, so we're going to set that aside for a moment. And get some glue in my fingers. So now we're going to stamp our flowers and leaves. And we're going to use Parakeet Party for the stems. I need to bring in my piercing mat because we're doing photopolymer. So we'll do the leaf or the stem. And that's all with that one. Then we're going to bring in our sweet sorbet for the flowers. And we need 2 flowers. And I'm going to use soft suede for the centers of the flowers. Ooh, almost dropped that on my shirt. And I'm in a camera view. Scooch it up a little bit. Okay. Close that before I have an accident. Close that one. I do need to stamp the sentiment though. I'm still getting the ink coming. Now I'm getting the red. The sweet sorbet. Guess I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing here. Messy, messy, messy. Let's bring out this soft suede again. We're going to stamp our sentiment, which says a card to say hello. And we're going to die cut that out. Okay, so I think we've got all of our stamping done that we need to do. Oops, I bumped the camera, sorry. Hi Brenda, glad you're here. not going to be able to go on live in the morning, so that's why I was doing it tonight. It was kind of a last minute thing. So I'm hoping everybody can either catch me live or they can watch the replay. Okay, let's do some die cutting here. And I think I want just these 2 plates. And move my cards, I don't ruin it. Need the dies. So I want the smaller label. I think I'm going to hold these down with some washi tape. Stampin' Up! Has came out with the large magnet plate, and we're still waiting on the mini one, so. I haven't gotten the larger one yet. I need to check with my heart doctor because I have a implant. I don't know if the magnetic field would mess that up. So I guess I better check with them first before I get one. I don't need to short circuit or anything. Alright, what did I do with the washi tape? I need one more piece. There it is. So I'm just getting these all lined up so I can do one sweep at one time. And there we go. Oh, Brenda, if you're still on here, let me know when you can come by and get your catalog. I still have those for you guys. Okay. And there's one, and I need to cut out another flower. Okay, let's run this back through one more time. I don't think I'm doing too bad with the time. Okay. Alright. Now we're done with the baby boss. We put her asleep for a while. Set her up over here out of the way. And okay. Alright, and we'll put that in there. I put the dies already in my magnet bowl, so I'll grab those after a while and put them away. Okay. So we're going to bring our card back over here, and we're going to place some dimensionals on this. And I think I have to bring out my mini dimensionals for the stem. Which are, I just had them here, there they are. I'll use my take your pick tool for this. I think I'm needing to buy some more mini dimensionals. I think this is all I have of those. Need to put that on my list. And maybe this one right here. It might be a little bit too big. No, it's good. And then I'll just take a snip off of this. And don't throw away, you can use those edges of your dimensionals. Okay. So we're going to place a stem right there. And you take your pick tool to pop off these backings. Alright. And right about there. And one flower right there. And another flower over here. And our sentiment goes at the bottom. And in my trash. And then we're going to add some bling, which are the brushed brass butterflies. And I'm going to use the larger ones. Come here, butterfly, don't fly away on me. I'm going to put one right there. And two on this side. Alright, and then we have a little double bow that I've already tied. We're going to place that over at this edge. And I like to use the mini glue dots that come in our paper pumpkin kits. I think they're smaller than the regular ones are. So I'm going to place that there. Especially for the baker's twine that's not as thick as regular ribbon. It works better. Okay, so here's the outside of our card, and we're going to work on the inside, which is a basic white, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I didn't stamp anything on the inside. I left it for writing a note or something. So, but you could very well put anything in there that you wanted to. I've got a feeling I should have put my strip on there first. Okay, then we've got, yeah, that's too long. I think this is 4 inches. Got my paper trimmer over here, and we're going to chop this down to size. Yeah, 4 inches. And some glue on there, and we'll be set. I'm just leaving a little white border on that left side. Okay, so here we have our card. Let me clean some of this stuff up here. And we'll bring our cards back up. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the cards tonight. I think I did pretty good on time. I think it's just maybe an hour, not quite an hour. I think it was like 5:30 something when I started. Okay. I'm not really seeing all of them here, so let me rearrange a little bit. I have a delay on my iPad, so I'm waiting to catch up here. Thank you, Becky. It's still not a very good view. You're cutting off the Kleenex one. Okay, that looks better. Okay, so I won't be live tomorrow, which was my regular scheduled time. And I'm hoping I'll be able to do June 8th at 10 o'clock. So if there's a problem, I'll be sure to let everybody know and I'll reschedule. But I'm aiming for that date, the 8th of June. So I hope you enjoyed the cards this evening. Everybody stay safe and stay healthy, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks for coming.